So then, the Vision Pro is almost here, and it's the first new big Apple category since the Apple Watch. But I'll be honest with you, I haven't actually pre-ordered one, and today I want to explain to you why I'm not getting the Vision Pro, and also why I believe you shouldn't get the Vision Pro just yet. In fact, recently I've done a survey on my channel and over 1,000 of you have done a vote on it, as you can see, and around about 80% of you are basically saying, you know, it's too expensive, or for example, it doesn't match my needs. Now, you may think I'm completely bonkers, I'm a tech channel, why am I not pre-ordering one? Well, the first reason is because if you live outside of the USA, you're probably in the same situation as me. As I'm from the UK and I live in the UK, you cannot actually pre-order a Vision Pro. Not just yet. It's only coming out in the USA to begin with, and to be honest, in the past, Apple have done this with the first rollout of iPhones, the first generation iPhone, the first generation iPad. They did exactly the same, and it looks like they're doing exactly the same here with the Vision Pro. And even if I did manage to get myself one, ship it over from the USA to the UK here, I still have to update all my Apple accounts to be USA compatible because they only work with that. So that's probably the first big reason why I'm not getting one. Now, the second reason why I'm not getting a Vision Pro is actually what I've been reading about it. So even if I could get myself one and set up an American account or whatever, something else what's been pushing me back from it is the lack of sort of big streaming kind of apps or big player apps that will be available on the Vision Pro almost from day one. Quite a lot of companies out there, from Spotify to Netflix and even YouTube, so you heard me right there, you couldn't even watch me on the Vision Pro because they're not going to be making any apps officially for it. And also at the same time as well, if you did want to watch some of the official apps, only a few companies are doing that, and they're going to be giving you the iPad version. So this means you'll have a sort of a big rectangle in front of you in your screen, right in front of you, nothing sort of optimized fully for the Vision Pro. And to be deadly honest, I'd rather just have a physical iPad instead for those kind of apps. And then we have the third reason, and to be honest, I think this is probably the most important reason of them all. I believe, and quite a lot of other tech people out there believe, the Vision Pro is a developer's device. It's going to be absolutely fantastic for developers. It has got its entertainment value to it as well, where you can watch things and do things. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later on in the video. But for developers, it's going to be brilliant for them. So say you are 3D architecture, designing a new kind of building or something like this, it's going to be brilliant for you for that. Or let's say there was a crime scene and, for example, you wanted to get a full picture of the crime scene, get it all done, and then look at all the evidence, walk around and stuff. I think it's going to be a fantastic device for those kind of people. And as you can imagine, I'm not one of those kind of people. So for me, you know, having all those extra sensors, all those abilities, paying that $3,500 for that capability, I'm just not going to use it or utilize it. And then this leads me on to the fourth reason, and this, like I said, kind of tends to link into the last two reasons. To buy it as an entertainment device for $3,500, it's just not worth it. Don't get me wrong, if the device was, say, $1,000, yeah, I'd probably actually consider getting it. I probably would even consider importing one in. But for $3,500, no. Don't get me wrong, I think, you know, the spatial vision, what's coming out on it, looks absolutely fantastic, where you can watch everything like in 3D. I think that's absolutely amazing piece of technology there. Also that, you know, you've got those OLED sort of displays, displaying at 4K. It's one of the highest sort of pixels that you can get in front of your eyes right now in a sort of VR, AR sort of device. So it's absolutely high class. It's brilliant for that, and your experience will be amazing. And I can also think of lots of other great reasons as well. You know, the sound quality is going to be great. And to be deadly honest as well, it's probably going to be the best version of Fruit Ninja that you're ever going to play. But that's the point. $3,500 for a kind of a cinema experience, and also to play Fruit Ninja sort of in a VR way. Nah, I'm not buying it. And to be honest, it takes me back to CES. And there I saw some great TVs, and I also saw some great other devices too. And take that TV for example. With that, at least I could actually buy a great TV experience, and at least then I could actually share that experience with my friends and my family, and we could all enjoy it at the same time. Whereas with the Vision Pro, it's just for you. You'd only be able to watch it at one time. Well, it's just a little bit, I don't know, selfish, I don't know if you want to call it that. But there again, that's what the device is designed for. But what I'm trying to get at, if you want that amazing experience, you can still get that from a TV right now and share it with other people too. And funny enough, that leads me on to some also other alternatives if you want an AR experience, just like these ones here. These are from X-Real, and these here are the Air 2 Pros. And don't get me wrong, I'm going to be making a dedicated video very soon for them, but they're absolutely fantastic. They're lightweight, they don't feel heavy on your face like a Vision Pro will do after like an hour or two. Connect right up to your iPhone or iPad or MacBook or anything like that, and you can get a great experience from them. And then we also have these from NRMYW too, what are fantastic glasses that I saw at CES. And the great thing about these glasses compared to the X-Real, okay, they're a little bit bulkier, only a little bit, and slightly heavier. But actually, these have their own battery built actually inside of these, and you can get around about an hour and a half, sort of 2 hours battery out of these. And the great thing about them too, if you look on the front here in the center, we also have a lot of camera at the top here. We can also record as we go along, sort of a bit like what Ray-Bans can do right now. It's really, really fantastic. And these are great alternatives out there. And do you know what the best thing about these alternatives are? For example, you can pick up one of these for around about $400, and these ones here you can pick up for around about $700. Far cheaper than getting yourself a Vision Pro right now. But then say if you are a gamer, well, you can always pick yourself up, say the Meta Oculus 2 or 3, or say the PS5 VR 2, and that gives you a great gaming experience if you're wanting that. And also you can watch the likes of Netflix and whatnot on those devices as well. I think my point is with these devices, they are far less to buy. And if you want that sort of cinema experience, but to be honest, if you're not a developer, that's probably the only reason why you can buy yourself a Vision Pro, to be honest. If you're not going to be creating stuff with it, you're just going to be watching stuff on it, and it's just not worth the money. You may as well buy yourself a pair of these glasses, or even say get yourself that TV and these glasses, and you'd probably still be able to afford all of that, and it'd still be cheaper than buying one Vision Pro, in my honest opinion out there. Now, I don't want to shut down the Vision Pro completely because, you know, it's going to be a fantastic device. But I think what we've got to remember what the Vision Pro is for, and that is it's in its name. It is called the Pro. And what I mean by that, this is a device for, like I said, for those developers, for those pro people. Don't get me wrong, we all love something that says Pro in our name. Yeah, the iPhone 15 Pro Max is a great device, and a lot of us have that phone out there, or let's say a lot of us even have lots of other Pro sort of Apple devices out there. But the great thing is, what I'm going to say about the Vision Pro is it is literally being designed for those people who own like a Mac Pro, or let's say they own, say for example, a Mac Studio, something like this. This is for the professionals right now. And this is the thing what I think what's going to happen with it. I think in the next year or two, we're going to get a Vision Air coming out. And it won't have as many features as the Vision Pro. And this will come out towards us and we'll be able to get our hands on it. And the features will be more solely designed for people who want to use it for entertainment purposes. And to be honest, this kind of reminds me of what I've got right in front of me here. This here is my old iPad Air, or iPad Air 2. And I've had this since 2014, and it was supported all the way up to 2021. And it was a great iPad for my time when I had it over that period. I absolutely loved it. But the thing is, during that time, we had, say, new iPad Airs come out. We also had, you know, the iPad Pro series come out too. And yet, I didn't change this device. I didn't get myself a new iPad throughout that whole time, because for the purposes of what I needed this iPad for, was mainly just watching content on it, things like that. I didn't need to invest myself in getting one of these devices. Now, you're going to say, why do you have one of these then? Well, the main main reason why I have an iPad Pro is because of you guys, is because of my YouTube channel. I've got to review these for you and tell you how good they are and great they are. But for my own personal needs, I don't use an iPad Pro, and I was sticking to using this device instead. And in fact, actually right now, the thing that actually replaced my iPad Air is actually this. This is an iPad Mini. This is what I use all the time now. When I was flying out to CES, this is what I was watching all my content on. I just don't need an iPad Pro for my needs. It's cool that I've got an iPad Pro. It looks great, it's great, but that's what I'm trying to get at with the Vision Pro. It is a Pro device, but yet I believe Apple will bring out an Air device, or even a mini device or something like this that will have most of the features that most of us will need, and that will be coming out in the next year or so. And the Vision Pro is kind of the tester out there to see who takes the bite. I always remember the first iPhone that came out in 2007, and it cost $500. But then a year later, the iPhone 3G came out and it cost $200. And by then, developers were just starting to get on board and it was being built up. I'm expecting the same from the Vision Pro. It costs $3,500. I believe that maybe a Pro version might come out again, a second version of that, and that might cost, say, about $3,000. And I'm really hoping that, say, a Vision Air device for the masses will come out, and that will probably maybe cost around about $1,000. There's also the fact too that I've also spoke about on this channel that Apple glasses are on their way as well. We've definitely had lots of reports over the years saying these are being made. And again, I think compared to, say, like the X-Reels that I've shown you and things like this, maybe these might come out, maybe these might cost around about $800 or something. They won't have VR capability, they'll just have an AR capability, and yet again they'll give you that great sort of entertainment purposes. Maybe you'll be able to plug it into your iPad, or maybe you'll have to plug it into your iPhone, something like that. It might not even have its own sort of M series chip or A series chip inside it to keep the costs down. And I think this is the way Apple needs to go, in my opinion. And with that, this is why I would say right now with the Vision Pro, if you are a developer, maybe get on board with it right now. But for everybody else, I think the mainstream is that we're going to be saying that right now that we should probably not be getting it, and we should maybe do a pass on it. And with that, guys, it's time to wrap up this video. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. Also at the same time too, if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, please also make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell. Until next time, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.